Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, for which I have Sathvik Vishwanathan, who is the CEO and co-founder of Unocoin, India's first Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exchange company. Sathvik is an engineer and has done his MBA from the University of Melbourne, Australia. He's a TEDx speaker and a panelist for international and national conferences. With that, let's get into the talks with Sathvik right away. Hi Sathvik, how are you? Welcome to my IGTV.
Hi Priya. Yeah, nice meeting you too. Thank you.
Yeah, I am so excited to learn about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So, Sathvik, please share something about your journey. How did you get into this crypto, business basically?
Before I got into the Bitcoin business, I was offering custom scripting services in a virtual world called Second Life, where we earn money through a closed loop currency called Indian dollars. And the way I had to get that money to India was through a service called PayPal, which used to charge me about 0.9% as transaction fees and another 3% as conversion fees from American dollars to Indian rupees. So I used to lose about 7% of the money month on month, and that quite started to add up as the transactional conversion fees. And that made me look at the better alternatives of what other mechanisms exist to transfer the money on the internet with a much faster way and with as much less fees as possible. And that made me stumble upon Bitcoin. 2012. Yeah, and after learning about it, I was very much overwhelmed by the particular concept. And then instead of just me alone taking the advantage of it, I thought I should help people like me, whoever is earning money overseas and are paying so much of fees to.
What is happening in the crypto world at present? Like, what is the big bull and what is everyone talking about?
Yeah, I think before I answer that question, I should tell what exactly is the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, right? So what exactly is bringing to the table, which did not exist before. So it's like very similar to how we had post office at one point of time, and then we do the similar communication through email. And just because the information got over on the internet, the transmission of the information became free and instantaneous. Okay, so I bet when it comes to the financial institutions that exist in the world, across the world right now, the similar delays that used to be there even say 30 years ago or 50 years ago are present even today. And like how the post office, which was centralized, went through a disruption through the emails, which was decentralized. In a similar way, the financial institutions like banks are going through the disruption where people on the internet are able to send the money free and fast. So we, Unocoin, are in business since 2013. We are actually the first trading platform for Indians to buy and sell Bitcoin. But later on, we have added many more services like merchant gateways and exchange and such things. However, there are different times when people will start thinking that this kind of technology has much more value than the other times. So we have seen when a lot of new projects are coming all of a sudden, like in a rush, and there are so many entrepreneurs, so many investments, so many new companies who want to expose, who want some exposure on their balance sheet to this. And then there are a lot of influencers as well, like Elon Musk, who talks about Bitcoin and Dogecoin, etc. So all of that whenever all of these gets combined, I think it'll end up as a bull run.
How did Unocoin start its journey, and what is the vision, and how is it changing the crypto communities and impacting, in fact, the crypto communities in the country?
Like I said, what Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies did bring up to the table is fast and free transmission of money. So when it comes to the internet, we kind of lagged behind for 5 years, so which needed a push like Geo, which did bring so much of internet inclusion into the country. And when it comes to digitization, we needed the government itself to really push for it at one point of time, so that people stop using the paper currency and start using the digital money, etc. So I think the next like revolution on the internet is very likely about the cryptocurrencies, and in this lagging behind, it is not just at technology level, but it's also lot at employment level and investment level as well. Intention for me to start Unocoin was to help freelancers to be able to get paid and be able to, and even for the local transactions and such. And at that time, it was not really looked as an asset yet, but now it has more acquired the narrative of the asset.
When do you think that we can buy commodities out of Bitcoin?
See, as of now, that whatever you're asking kind of exists in a lot of the developed countries.
Yes,
Okay,
few
but
countries,
in India, we don't see that yet. But however, we have to really wait for some kind of regulation before this kind of mode of transaction, which is like a barter, comparatively gets a huge push. So, and if the government says that nah, this cannot be used like a currency, it's only an asset, then we just become the holders of Bitcoin, hoping that the rest of the world will continue to do whatever they're doing, which will bring the value, and hence the asset that we hold continues to increase the value as well. But in India, we had a merchant gateway for a few years, so where the outlets like Sapna Book House and when we had some association with Book My Show as well, and people could book the flight tickets and train tickets and even pay a couple of schools fees for their children, etc. But right now, because of the transaction fees associated, which we call it as minor fees, and price of Bitcoin going so high, people don't want to spend that. They just want to just hold it for long term. So, once the prices get more stabilized, which is only possible with much bigger market capitalization, the receiver of it should also feel like, okay, even if he holds for a couple of days, there is no huge variation in its price.
So you were talking about regulations. So please shed some light on, crypto regulatory and legal status in India.
See, as of now, this industry continues to be in an unregulated way. As in, whatever normal regulations apply for any business will continue to apply for cryptocurrency businesses and holders as well. But there is no new regulation on top of that.
Okay, so please share with the audience how safe it is to use Bitcoins.
See, I mean, the biggest threats when it comes to the when getting into these kind of cryptocurrencies is that the financial loss. So, which if something really goes wrong at the encryption level and such, and the value can significantly go down. So the second one is a security issue where if it is not handled properly, if they're holding cryptocurrency directly on the phone or the computer, and if it gets hacked, then there are chances that they may be able to lose it and such. And apart from that, in India, we should also be aware that we should avoid doing the transactions directly with foreign customers and foreign entities, because we don't know how these kinds of cross-border transactions are looked at. And we also provide the payment gateway for merchants to accept Bitcoin as payment with half an hour of locked-in price.
So Sathvik, what are the myths associated with Bitcoin?
So the biggest myths, I think, when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is people strongly believe that they should buy one whole Bitcoin, which is like 25 or 26 lakhs rupees today, and they just shy away from it. And it's definitely not true. The Bitcoin is divisible into 8 decimal points, which means how 1 rupee will have 100 paisa. Similar to that, one Bitcoin actually have 1 followed by 8 zeros, number of Satoshis. So how we have paisa, we call it as Satoshi. And Satoshi is based upon the pseudonymous inventor for the Bitcoin. Even if as of today, if our customers want to buy like 100 rupees of Bitcoin, they'll be able to buy. So that is like the first thing, I think. So the second one is, again, people start misunderstanding how the fees works when it comes to the Bitcoin. And because there is no middleman in Bitcoin, usually it works on a fixed fees. So when it comes to credit card companies and banks and conversion and such, it is a percentage based, right? If you're doing 100 rupees, then it is 2 rupees. If you're doing 10,000 rupees, it is 200 rupees or something like that. But when it comes to the Bitcoin based or cryptocurrency based transactions, the number, how much you're sending is just a number, nothing else there. And whether you send 1 rupee or 1 crore rupees, it will still be the same fees that we usually provide it to the miners who is trying to secure the transaction on a immutable ledger. So why I say immutable is just because it's available with tens of thousands of people, and unless everyone gets compromised, the information is secure. So to provide, like how the banks would provide hundreds of features below a single umbrella, So I believe that's how the Unocoin is heading.
So how do you differentiate Unocoin from the other crypto exchanges which are available and which are there in the market?
We consider ourselves to be the easiest way for a newcomer to be able to buy Bitcoin. So once he starts the process, he'll be able to get the Bitcoin in less than like 5 minutes. So he has to submit the KYC documents like PAN card and Aadhaar card, submit his bank account information. So all of that will get automatically verified on our side, and there is one step of manual verification as well if required and such. And once those things gets through, the customer will have a verified account, and then he can transfer the money directly online and be able to buy it. So in our case, we become like a counterparty for our customers, helping them to buy and sell Bitcoin. Also, there are a lot of other services like our customers can use Bitcoin to top up their mobile phone, pay their electricity bill, pay their insurance premium, and such. So we also have a free education portal called Unoversity. Customers can read about Bitcoin, blockchain, Ethereum.
Okay, and what would you call your best feature? What is your best feature and how the investors can use them?
I think the best feature I have to say is systematic buying plan, which we call it as SBP. One of the biggest worry for an Indian is what if they buy 20,000 rupees worth of Bitcoin today and tomorrow the price goes down? Like introduce this particular plan where our customers can say, okay, I want to buy 10 rupees worth of Bitcoin every day, irrespective of how much ever Bitcoin is coming for whatever market price. So in that way, he's just taking away the of looking at what the price is every day, and he at least is sure that he is getting the price which is an average price.
You're a startup entrepreneur, so do you think that crypto can boost up the startup ecosystem basically?
Yeah, definitely I think so. It is see on one side, so whenever there are startups which are trying to just simplify some process, but when it comes to the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and such, that is actually supposed to be the mode of payment for all these apps whenever they're doing any kind of transactions, because it's fast and free. Okay, right. So it is fast and free because there is just like no middleman. One person sends it, other person.
No bank is involved, right?
At the moment the middleman is taken away, there is no delay, then there is no fees. So while we speak about a lot of e-commerce and such, definitely this is like bound to bring in the disruption in the future. See, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are push-based transaction, while these credit cards are pull-based transactions, which means, let's say, if you are entering your credit card number in a particular portal, then that particular portal can actually swipe away all of your money. In reality, it is just that they don't do it because they are bothered about the reputation. But when it comes to cryptocurrency, it is like giving the particular currency note to someone.
Yeah. So what are the advices would you like to give to the crypto investors?
So the first advice, obviously, like don't invest more money than you can afford to lose. It could become addictive. Gets exposures to the margin trading and leverage trading and futures and options, etc., then the money can just become zero very soon. Okay, so and the other thing I would advise is investors should not just depend upon the words from their friends or relatives. I want them to do the research and understand why the cryptocurrency have value, and we want people to understand why people are the internet. And if internet was a country, then I think the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would be a currency. So that's exactly the best way it can work.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Where do you see Unocoin in another 5 years?
We become more like the bank for cryptocurrencies for the Indian.
So it was lovely interacting with you, Sathvik, and I got so much details and insights about the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and I hope that it helped the audience, and a lot of people would be, thinking wisely to enter the crypto world. Thank you for being there on my channel.
Thank you, Priya, for interacting with me and talking to me about Bitcoin. And I'm so glad that through you, the education and information about the Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is reaching a vast amount of Indians. Thank you.
So this was Sathvik discussing all about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoins and how safe it is and how the future is all about cryptocurrency and Bitcoins. I'll see you next time with another video. For now, thank you so much for being there. Bye bye. Take care.